door squeak.
We're live, guys.
Thank you.
Kent gets a little fired up for the family there. What's up, guys? Welcome to the hot seat. Sorry, Kent. I had crap. See what happens when you watch YouTube before you go live on YouTube. All right, guys. Sorry about that, Kent. I couldn't catch it. We were already going live.
That's fine.
All right, cool. Tonight we're welcoming Joe. Sorry, I was just running in. I just changed my shirt because I got my brand new shirt. All right, Joe, thanks so much, man. This is awesome. So Joe from Smoky Joe's Pit BBQ. Look at this, man. It even got the American flag on it, dude. I'm gonna flex a little bit.
Good.
Oh, I love it, buddy. So cool. Seriously, I just changed into it right now. We were just talking. I was like, oh, I gotta get the mail, and there it is. So, you'll have to ask Hobo. You'll have to ask Hobo's question.
No.
Nah.
Joe can see it in replay. That's fine.
I can't see it.
Joe, Hobo wants to know why Kent doesn't have a shirt himself. So
I do. Mine's just red.
Oh, okay. All right, guys.
He'll
get one. So everybody, just let me talk about my health right quick. I'm going about 60-70% right now. I'm still hurting pretty good. My gut still has a bunch of holes in it. Still got a little bit of pain inside, but I was not going to miss this. I've been wanting to talk to Joe for a long time. We've been going back and forth, so we're playing through the pain tonight. I do have a whiskey beside me. I will do a super chat or two, maybe three if I'm feeling froggy, but I'm not going to go balls out like I normally do. So, anywho, all right, guys. Kent, say hi to the people.
Welcome, everybody. This should be a fun one with Joe, that's for sure. So I'm looking forward to it.
Right on, right on. Is everything okay there? Yeah, put
everything's fine.
Smack down on somebody.
Well, you were getting ready to go, and the door going in the house squeaks.
Right.
So I was telling her to get the hell in the house before the door squeaked, popped the camera on me instead of you. So
right on. All right, Jason B, I see you. Thank you. I appreciate that comment. Welcome to the channel. Let's see, the moderators we have in the chat, we let it go a little bit long because Hobo said so, and we do what Hobo says most of the time. Once in a while, we got Keith Bettag in there. Miss Booger's in there. Josh and Babe are in there. Let's see here. I saw Dan from SmokeyGoodness. Am I missing anybody? Jason from Easy Bake Barbecue. Got it. All right. And Meet Cranium. He's in there too. So all our blue riches are in there, keeping track of things, making people get under control and stay under control. Cool. All right. So people in the chat, I haven't had a chance to write y'all down yet. Obviously, we're doing a little moving and grooving, but I see Palmetto, Smoke Pit. What's up? Dad's Incredible Barbecue, Grilling and More. Joe's Smokehouse and Barbecue. That's Little Joe. See here, Jacqueline and Dad's in there. Albert Anderson, welcome. Stephanie, how you doing? Magnolia Barbecue, how you doing? Billy for Strong's Adventures. Tony and Michelle from Live from the Camper, recently booked as guests in July, so welcome. Hobo wants to know when he gets executive producer credits. You get your name in the description. That's all you get. Camp Meat Barbecue, welcome. Black Hole Barbecue, welcome. And Keith Bettag, thanks as always, keeping score for us, brother. We appreciate it. Cooking with Cad, I appreciate the prayers. I saw that run through the first time. Enzo, son of a pizza man, welcome. If I don't got you this time, I'll get you the next time. Oh, Kris in the house, the OG from Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. And Louise from Salt and Pepper, Grits and Glamour. I like that one. Chicken Fried Barbecue, Hobie's Garage Barbecue, Mark McCaleb, Yankee Living, Shane, Connie Young. How you doing, Connie? You keeping Meathead in line? Let's see here. Who else did I miss? All right, cool. All right, guys, I'll get you the next one. I really want to address it real quick before we introduce. Oh, Chef Johnny. I always got to shout out Chef. How you doing, buddy? This hot seat's actually sponsored this week. We're sponsored by Victory Lane BBQ, introduced to us by Joe. So I'm going to let him explain kind of what's going on with this, but I'm going to make sure everything we talk about tonight gets in the description below. And Jason, if you wouldn't mind pulling up the link for Victory Lane BBQ so we can put it in the chat a few times, I'd appreciate it. All right. So without further ado, Joe, say hi to the people, brother.
Hello, guys. First off, CJ, I want to tell you, thanks for pulling through for me, and means a lot. Easy on the drinks. Don't want you to spring a leak, but no, seriously, thanks for pulling through and doing this. We've been waiting to do this for quite some time. Super excited to be on the hot seat. Kent as well. But guys, like CJ said, this hot seat is sponsored by Victory Lane BBQ. If you go to victorylanebarbecue.com, we were going to do some giveaways, but instead of just having one or two people win some rubs, I want everybody, CJ and I wanted everybody to kind of get some of that action. So we're giving a 20% off from now until Sunday. The code that you use is Smokin Joe's Pit BBQ, no hyphen, no commas, lowercase, Smokin Joe's Pit BBQ, and you'll get 20% off your entire order. So order up.
Right on.
Hold on, CJ. For those of you in the chat, if you scroll up just a little bit, I put the correct spelling and everything. Smokin, no G, Joe's, no apostrophe. It's up there for the Victory Lane BBQ rubs. So go check it out.
Right on. The Jason just put it in there from Easy Bake Barbecue. So you see that blue wrench right there, Easy Bake Barbecue. There's the link to Victory Lane. Victory Lane BBQ. I think that's a pretty damn good deal, and it's not just a random giveaway for one person in the chat. Everybody gets to get a little piece of it. So I appreciate that. Tell your guys at Victory Lane I appreciate that too, that they're willing to do this. And well, I'm ready to get started. If you're ready to get going, buddy.
Let's do it.
All right. So my questions are hard hitting, deep diving. Bringing it down the house. All right, guys. So, where are you from, brother?
I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas. This is my hometown. I did live in Phoenix right out of high school, and then went back and spent 4 years with the company I worked for, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I know that's one of your questions. Spent some time in San Antonio, but El Paso is my town. Keep coming back to El Paso. So, born and raised in El Paso.
Right on, right on. All right. So, family life, dog, cat, kids, wife, ferret, anything like that?
Yeah, got a beautiful wife and daughter. We've got a pet dog, Ranger. He's, it's funny with Ranger. He just walks by like on cue. When I'm recording, he's pretty much in every one of my videos in the background. He's either taking a dump or just walking by. And then we got a fish tank with you can see it. Well, you can't really see it, but we got a fish tank. But yeah, Ranger he's my baby. He's my baby boy that I don't have.
Right on. I love that bar behind you. There may not be a fish tank back there, but I think we could have some fun watching that one.
Well, that's the fish tank that I was talking about.
Very cool, man. Very cool. All right. Like as Hobo likes to ask, does your wife she'd like to come on, say hi, anything like that? With the family, bring Ranger in, whatever.
Actually, they're going to the neighbor's house because they're on vacation, so they're going to go feed their dogs, and I think she might make a special appearance in a little bit.
All right, cool. If they don't have to, okay, just remember that they don't have to. Yeah. If they want, but I love it when the families come in. It's so great to see that for sure. All right. So you talked about O'Reilly Auto Parts. That's what you do. Tell us how long you've been there. What do you do for them? What's your favorite part about it? Go for it.
So, yeah, so I've been with O'Reilly Auto Parts for 20 years now. And in February, I completed my 20-year anniversary. I started off in the stores. O'Reilly's is promote from within company. So I kind of worked my way up the ranks, if you will. And my current position right now is I'm a regional sales manager for them. So we have a retail side of the business, and then we have a wholesale or professional side, and I manage the professional side. So we're 50-50, 50% retail, 50% wholesale. So businesses, garages, when you guys take your cars to get worked on, they buy parts from us, and I manage that side of the business. I cover about half of New Mexico and all of El Paso, Texas. So again, 20 years, been a long time. A good long ride. I love the company.
Right on. That's awesome. Not too many people can say that they love their company, that they want to stay with them that long. So that's pretty freaking awesome. Do you have to go to New Mexico often?
I do. You know, we've got so I cover all the way from western New Mexico to eastern New Mexico, kind of at the halfway point into New Mexico. So I've got to go to Silver City, which is about 3 hours away, and then I'll go to Hobbs and Artesia and Clovis and Portales, and I try to get out there as much as possible. When I go out there, I try to do it a week at a time, you know, give those stores some attention. But at least once a month, I'll spend a week out of town on the road. And then when I'm in El Paso, if I got to cover Las Cruces, New Mexico, or Silver City or Deming, I'll just drive up there and come back the same day.
All right, cool. Now, all I know about New Mexico is the chilies and eating red or green or having it both ways. How do you do it when you go there and eat?
So, all right. So, guys, that New Mexico chili, the red versus green, you'll lose friends over that. It's an argument. It's kind of like Chevy versus Ford and the left side of the brisket versus the right side of the brisket that we talked about yesterday.
Or beans and no beans in the
chili.
Oh,
my God, dude. The beans or no beans. People get violent with that stuff. But I love green chili myself. And Hatch, New Mexico is the chili capital of the world. That's about an hour and 20 minutes away from my house. So they do have an annual chili fest. So we go up there and I get 2 sacks of green chili roasted, put them in freezer bags, and I'll have chili for the entire year. So salsas, chili con queso, whatever. I've got plenty of green chili.
Right on. That's so cool. I see them on Travel Channel. I mean, no one really hears too much about New Mexico or going there on vacation or whatever, but just the travel channels when they're talking about the food there, that looks pretty damn good. So real quick, I see we got a super chat from Woodchuck for $2 for Raver Vacation Days. So welcome, brother. I'm glad you get to be here, and I appreciate the $2 super chat. Which we need to go back to Kent, who's flexing.
No, you screwed it up. So here you go, Woodchuck.
Oh, really?
So yeah. Woodchuck gets the first $2 shot. This is not the price.
Hey,
it's not the price. All right, hold on. Joe is gonna make a tequila shot for us.
Yeah, guys. So I want to share the tequila shot. Yeah, I'm gonna have some Patron. It's chilled and ice, and I'm gonna show you the way I like to take my tequila shot. You take some oranges, cut them in half just like this, and get some ground cinnamon and sprinkle that enough on top of your oranges. just like this.
You're not fucking serious.
I'm fucking serious. So you
don't need that crap with Patron?
Yeah. Wait a minute. So you get your orange with your cinnamon. Cheers. You take a bite out of it. Take your shot, and then come back and finish your orange.
All right. Hey, you learn something new every week. All right. So cheers to oranges and tequila.
Don't knock it until you try it.
Take the training wheels off, Cupcake. Come on.
Come on. Be nice.
I am.
All right. Hey, you did call me Cupcake.
Kid, do me a favor and actually set a reasonable price. I can't do $2 shots. That was like the $6 shot, and everybody lost their shit, and we were 15 deep before the first 15 minutes. So
no, meathead, I'm not being grumpy tonight. Hi, Kevin.
I see that Cooking with James dropped another $2. Thank you.
Yeah, wow.
Chili has
okay, that included James in there too.
Fair enough.
We're gonna go flat $10.
Flat $10 shots. All right.
Keep that thing. $74.99.
You're cheap.
It's funny. Well, we got a whole it looks like you got a whole bunch of booze behind you too, Joe. So
I do.
Tom Horseman with $1.99. What's up, Tom? Thank you so much. Oh, Keith Bettag said $74.99 because I'm recovering. Dude, God bless you, son. I love it. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Let me just shout out a couple more people in the chat. We'll get back to the questions. I see the Honorable, the Godfather, the man, T-Roy Cooks is here. Welcome, Brother Troy. I love that flamethrower you had rocking today. Everybody.
That thing was badass. I gotta find me one. I gotta get one of those. That's all there is.
Everybody needs one of those for sure.
So what was that? I got the notification that he was coming. He was going to premiere that video. But what is it?
It's a flamethrower. I mean, like it's a fire starter, right?
It runs out of 1 pound propane bottle, or it comes with like a 12, 15 foot hose. You can hook it to your grill tank. It's got a couple different triggers on it. You know, it comes out kind of like the little butane torches you sell, only manly size without training wheels for tequila. And it's got a wand about 2 feet long. And I guarantee you what, it'll take care of a scorpion or a rattlesnake in a heartbeat.
I need one.
Toy.
You got to watch that. I mean, it's not a long video or anything, but it is cool as shit.
I'm gonna watch that.
It's every little and big boy's dream to like have a blowtorch like that. Imagine like
right, no more oranges. No more oranges with cinnamon for me after that.
Hey man, you drink your drinks how you want. Don't let that fool change you. I drink awesome drinks and they're delicious, and I don't care if they're manly or not.
Look what SmokeyGoodness said.
Or loud neighbors. All right, guys. A couple more people join us in the chat. Cooking with the Noob is in there. Brandon Marlene is in there. John from 1984 Barbecue. I'm not sure if I shouted that out. Maria's here. How you doing, Maria? Johnny Maggs from Pit Life Barbecue's in there. Charlie.
Loser.
What?
He's a loser.
He's a loser. All right. Yeah. Pickles Barbecue. Obviously, Cooking with James. We said hi to him. Let's see here. Soul Food Cooking. Robert and Barbara in there. Let's see here. What You Smoking Barbecues in there. Kevin Lockett is in there. I'll see if I'm missing, but Lockett's Kitchen and Grill. He actually has a channel now. Make sure y'all subscribe. He's doing wonderful things on AB's Battle of the Kitchen. So GT Barbecue. There's Mega Fred Zeppelin. We got your question coming up, Mega Fred. Louis Calamise, Ken Rogers, My Backyard Life. And I think that covers everybody that I've seen in the chat. So if I missed you, throw your hand up or I'll jump in there again. Tom Horseman, another $1.99. Thank you so much, sir. You're too kind. Too kind. Let's see here. You know what, Tom? I'm actually going to send you something. I saw this Kickstarter thing advertised through Instagram, and it is a pellet feeder mod that goes to a Weber kettle. And I thought other barbecue people were going to lose their crap over it, but it looks really freaking cool. So I'm going to send you a picture of that, see what you think. Let's see here. Mega Fred Zeppelin's in the house. Another $1.99. Oh, Tom, stop. It's all right, man. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Johnny Mag says he still loves you, Dutch. Mega Fred, we're going to go ahead and ask.
You can say the names in the chat. I get the comments.
Sir,
Mag,
yes, sir.
For you, buddy.
Thank you. Hobo said they literally talked about that last night. Sorry I wasn't on that chat, but it's pretty freaking interesting. Let's see here. Mega Fred's question. What kind of music do you like? Do you play any instruments, bands, any of that stuff?
I don't play any instruments. I love all types of music, but if I'm grilling in the backyard, chilling at home, drinking a beer with friends and family, I'm listening to country. You know, being from Texas, I'm a big country boy. I'm a sucker for country music. I was raised, though, Mega Fred, you'll respect this. I was raised on classic rock. Back when cassettes, a lot of you guys that are probably under 30 years old don't know what a cassette is. My dad had a collection, and he had a collection that went from AC/DC to ZZ Top. And it was 100 cassettes in a case. And every time he went out and bought a cassette, we had to move every single cassette down to make room for that cassette. So I love classic rock. I love oldies, but my go-to music is country.
Well, I dig it. I'm a big fan of country, so there it is. Chef said that chat was above my pay grade. Nah, that must have been. All right, so kid, we got another one, buddy. Joe, you ready? And get your oranges ready or whatever.
Got my oranges
Let's
sitting there.
shout it out to John from 1984 Barbecue. Thank you, sir. Cheers.
Schmuckalak.
Oh,
that's delicious.
and it's good for you too. There's vitamin C in it.
Yeah, there you go.
We got 70 in the chat. Make sure you guys are all hitting that thumbs up. And,
70.
Yeah, you brought the fans out today, buddy.
Nice, man.
I love it. So guys, make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up. If you guys would like to subscribe to anybody you don't know in the chat, make sure you hit the 3 little dots next to their name. If you hit show more, you'll see the link to our guest, to our co-host, myself, all the moderators down below. Make sure you give them a sub too, and keep it going. Oh, Grits and Glamour, have a shot from us, Dan and Rebecca. Well, thank you so much. Shout out to Grits and Glamour. I think you're new to my channel. Have you seen them before, Joe?
I don't
recognize the name, but yeah, you're more than
you know what? They made a comment on a couple of my videos, and I love that name. I love grits, but I love that name. Hey, CJ, before we go any further, so this American flag that you have on your right arm here, I got the idea from my buddy Kris from Proud Souls Barbecue. Kent's got an invisible flag, but I got the idea from my buddy Kris, and he was in the Army. He was a master gunnery sergeant, so in the Army. So he was the one behind the wheel of those tanks, and I got a lot of respect for Kris. I got a lot of respect for people in the military. So any of my subscribers that are ex-military, this is for you guys. But I have a tremendous amount of respect for you guys. But this was Kris's idea, and Kris from Proud Souls, again, thanks for your service, buddy. Appreciate you. Love you, man.
That's awesome, Kris. Hey, thank you for your service, brother. We agree the same way. We love all our veterans and first responders on here too. Usually that's a question I ask of our guests before we get started, but we were kind of a little frazzled at the beginning. That's awesome, Kris. And you just threw a $20 super shot in there. Thank you so much. It's like we're backed up 3 right now because 4?
3 down.
3 down. All right.
3 up, 3 down, end of an inning.
And Mike Montoya dropped the $29 because he's from 29 Palms. So let's get one out of the way, and then we'll work our way to the other guys. Again, Kris, thank you so much, man. All right, cheers, y'all.
This sucks.
Did you just say this sucks?
Oh.
I got to be in work an hour early tomorrow.
All right, so we got 2 left, guys. All right, so that's just the beginning of my questions. So we're going to turn it over to Kent and let him bombard you for a minute.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll come back to me. So Kent, you're up, buddy.
All right, catching my breath here. All right. I just had one here. Where is it? Yankee Living wants to know, what's your favorite way to cook Yardbird?
Yardbird, a lot of people like to probe for 165 for chicken. I like my chicken smoked, and I like it not overdone to where it's rubber, but I like some char on my chicken. The char is flavor. So whether it's over a hotbed of coals, like on a Weber, or a pellet smoker like a Yoder, or on my big El Rey, overcook it. Don't be afraid to take your chicken to 190 degrees. Get some of that char on there. That's flavor. Very simple rubs. Don't over rub it. Nothing. No rubs that have too much fragrance, like oregano, anything like that. Just salt and pepper sometimes goes a long way. or some garlic jalapeno seasoning from Victory Lane and some of their chicken rub. There you go, Kent. That one's for you. Bust it out, buddy. There you go.
There you go.
That is my Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything.
This shit is the bomb in eggs.
It is.
That's
oh
awesome.
my God.
Bill?
I hate Bill. Bill, your flight's coming down. Knock it off. All right.
Oh.
Screw Bill for right now. Speaking of Bill, he wants to know your opinion on how hot that Fuego Box challenge was, Joe.
Oh, hurts.
Guys, that stuff is insane. I eat a lot of jalapenos. You know, jalapenos don't do it for me anymore, so I moved to serrano peppers, which are a little bit hotter. And so I love hot chili. I really do. And I was, you know, I saw Josh and Babe do it, and I was like, man, they're being pansies. And I see all these other people do it, and I'm like, come on,
like
guys.
That guy down there, the guy in the funny hat.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of an excuse for it being a little bit more.
He had to have surgery. It was so hot. But guys, that stuff, I won't ever do that again. Once I put it in my mouth and started chewing it, I was like, why am I doing this? It was painful. For me, it was painful. And I love hot chili. It was just too hot. Too freaking hot.
It was warm. That's for goddamn sure.
I got to tell you, though, Ken, you took it like a man. I mean,
King, my hero.
I dig hot food. I do. And I went about almost 3 minutes without taking a drink. And then it was like, I got to cool off just a little.
Yeah, you were.
And then it just kind of, it creep up just a little, you know.
Yeah, it was funny to watch you, Ken, because, and you may not have noticed it, but you let those 3 or 4 minutes go by, and then you couldn't get enough drink in you. I think you finished that drink like in 2 minutes.
No. That's a big drink. I was just taking little sips. And I rewatched the replay, and I saw you put that in the chat, and I was like, no, I always drink like this. I don't right now because we're down 3 shots again.
And I'm already feeling warm.
And well, I tell you what, that was the thing about that Fuego Box. I could feel my forehead. I didn't even have to look. I knew it was matching my shirt.
So I got to ask you, Kent, did it burn on the way out?
Nope.
No, neither.
What?
Nope.
No,
not a bit. I've done that Blazing Wings challenge at Buffalo Wild Wings twice. It didn't burn on the way out either.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had enough dairy in me that it just covered any kind of nastiness that came out. But it did not. Burn
not a bit.
So, not that people want to. Although Miss Booger said it's okay for me to let out gas on air because I'm recovering from surgery. So thank you. I'll try to mute the line.
Hey Booger, what's his excuse in 6 weeks? That's what I want. All right, you ready for the next tough question, Joe?
Let's do it.
This is from Jacqueline and Dad. You might recognize this question. But if money were no object, go ahead. I don't have to say the whole thing.
Yeah. So if money was no object, I know that a lot of people would probably think that a Jambo pit is which is a good pit, that I would say that, but no, I've got an El Rey that does really good, very comparable model to those Jambo pits. But if money was no object, Yoder makes a really good offset smoker called the Frontiersman. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's a giant. It's as big as the El Rey, just a little bit bigger. Obviously, it's made in the USA. I think that's, when I first got my El Rey, I said that is my dream pit, and it really is. But the Frontiersman from Yoder, guys, that is my true dream pit right there. If money was no object, that's what I would get.
Fair enough. Speaking of Veronica, Cooking with Cad said he heard a nasty rumor Veronica's for sale. Is that true?
Yeah. So, I want to get another pit. I still haven't made up my mind on what I want. And Veronica is for sale. I'm selling her for $8,000. Somebody wants to make me a reasonable offer, I'll take it. But, I got to tell you how cool my wife is. We were sitting down talking about what I wanted to do and my YouTube channel and stuff. And she says, why don't you just keep it and buy yourself whatever other pit that you want to get? And I got to tell you, that's a wife that kind of stands behind her man and behind me and really supports me in everything that I do. So she kind of gave me the green light to keep it if I wanted to and still get my dream pit if I wanted to. So, but I'd like to get rid of it. I'd like to sell it, guys, because I just don't have enough room in my backyard. And that El Rey smoker, guys, cooks the absolute best brisket in the world. It's just an amazing smoker. So anybody that wants to buy it, I want to know why you're laughing. But
Smokin Barrel Barbecue wants to know, does a 20% off discount apply to Veronica?
Let me see. Let me think about that.
$400.
No. That's a good one.
Chef Johnny wants to know if you want to trade wives.
Chef, you've got a good-looking wife, so I don't think you'd want to do that.
Okay. Now, that Veronica, she's a beautiful bitch. I'll say that.
Yeah, it is for sure.
She looks nice. She does. So,
all right, hey, let's take a break and get one in because we're behind on shots.
All right.
I don't know how many we owe, so let's think we got.
After this, we owe two.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
When Joe's done eating his orange, I'll ask him another question.
He's got to get his vitamin C.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, vitamin C helps you tan, and he looks pretty pale right now.
This was a full bottle.
Can I tell you this shirt? Man, this was nice.
Looks good on you, CJ.
I'm about ready to. I need to go barbecue something.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
I thought you were going to say you're about ready to buy Veronica.
Shit, if I could, I would.
$8,000, he'll deliver it.
I would drive out there to go get that bad boy for sure.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Before you ask the next question, let me get a couple more people that jumped in the chat. We got Thomas from Michigan, West Coast Cajun Cuisine. What's up, brother? Roland's in there. Rick's Blackstone Barbecue in Blackstone. Sorry. KC from West New Barbecue. Kenneth, what's going on, brother? Jim from Suburban Barbecue. And as you said, Smokin Barrel Barbecue's in there. Guys, if I missed you, make sure you throw your hand up in the chat. I'll shout you guys out, okay? All right, okay, go ahead.
All right. First of all, Proud Souls, I got your question wrote down. Let me get to it there, pal. Joe's Smokehouse and Barbecue says, can't tell Joe he's going to have to cut some more oranges.
Yeah, I'm down to 6 slices. 4 down.
All right. All right, back to our questions. Cooking with Cad wants to know, what is the origin of Ranger's name?
So funny you should ask. So Ranger, just so you guys know, he's a champion bloodline hunting lab. Okay, so I paid a lot of money for him, and I wanted a very unique name for Ranger, so I put it out on social media, and a lot of people. It was on Facebook, I believe. This was before I did Instagram. A lot of people were putting in names. I put a picture of what now is Ranger, and people were saying, putting different names and stuff. And another service member that was in the Marines, he said Ranger, and I said, I'm going with Ranger. I just loved it. Now he's got a God, I'm having a hard time thinking with all these tequila shots, but 8KC, his official name is because you have to register their AKC name. It's Ranger Fatty McFat, and so that's got a story in its own. So We had to put fat PHAT because AKC said that FAT fat was offensive. So they said they wouldn't allow that name. So we had to change Ranger Fatty McFat Fat to PHAT instead of FAT. Crazy.
Wow. I had a purebred AKC registered German short hair. And yeah, the name is about that damn long.
Yeah.
And when you call him, it's come here, Wiley. You know, but you know, his given name, so to speak, is like God knows how long.
Yeah, his name is like Sir or Sire Ranger McFat because of his champion bloodline.
Meat Cranium said political correctness. There you go.
Cookie McCad said fat is pretty hot and tempting. I actually say that to Mrs. CJ whenever she says she looks fat in something. I'm like, PHAT, baby, pretty hot and tempting.
Oh, there you go.
I guess I missed a couple people. What's for dinner's in there, and Jimmy Q. What's up, guys?
Hey, hands off, baby doll. Telling you.
Hey. Take it easy.
All right. Good Eats with Noob wants to know, Joe, any fedoras coming up in any new videos?
You know, I love the hat that CJ wears, but that hat belongs to CJ. So my grandfather used to wear those all the time, and his had a little feather on the side, you know, little colored feather and stuff. And I love the hats. If CJ were to wear a baseball cap, I think he would look weird. That hat belongs to CJ. So I love the hats. Maybe when I'm 10 years older, I'll wear one of those hats.
Nice. Hey, real quick, someone with Chinese writing said, do I have a kid named Brady? I do, and that's a weird-ass question. So I'm not excited about seeing that.
It's gone.
Thank you. All right, sorry, go ahead. Appreciate it.
That's not cool. All right, Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions wants to know, Joe, what or who got you into competition barbecue?
Freaking Kris. So guys, the story with Kris is I met him. He worked at a local barbecue store where they sold grills and stuff here in El Paso. And I bought my first gateway drum from Kris. And, you know, he seemed like a really cool guy. And I was like, man, this guy really knows what he's talking about. And he told me that he's had drums and he's cooked in competitions and stuff before. And I think I went in there for a pit barrel, and he sold me the gateway drum. And we just hit it off. And he says, hey, they're having a cook-off at a local water park. Why don't you come and join us? And I said, I'm going to do that. So Kris is the one that officially got me into competition barbecue, and it showed me so much, guys, so much.
Them Krises can be bad influence. I know a Kris who got me started in YouTube. So just saying. I'm not going to say any names, but here, let's get this one done before we throw it back to CJ.
Oh my goodness, really?
Hey, I don't make the rules, damn it.
He just enforces them.
Hobo, here's to you. Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say his name.
Oh.
So we got David Nelson saying hi to Joe.
David Nelson?
Yeah. Come on, you want to? Oh.
Hello, David. I can't see the chat. I follow the rules, so I don't know who's in there, how many people we got.
Yeah, look at the lens on the camera, too.
Where's my lens? I've had so many shots that I don't know where my lens is at. Hang on.
There you go.
There you go. I'm going to move it over this way.
There you go. Good stuff. Kent, were you done, buddy? I saw you go into mute mode. All right, cool. All right, let's get back to my questions over here. David Nelson said, how's the shot? It's harsh. Over 50 and fat, tabulous. $2 super shot. Thank you so much. Very sweet. Let's see here. Lewis from Marshak Barbecue. How you doing, LT? What's up, brother? All right. So how long you been doing YouTube, man?
So I think I've been doing YouTube for, it'll be a year this June. It'll be a year. I actually started it because in my first competition, you know, somebody mentioned, hey, have you watched this guy's channel? And I was like, no, you know, I loaded some videos on my drone and when I used to have my Camaro that I used to race. But as far as cooking, it's going on a year now. And I got to tell you, the reason I started my YouTube channel was because I would watch videos on how to cook certain things. And I was like, man, I said, I would do it maybe a little bit different, maybe add these rubs instead of doing it this way, or maybe cook it to this temperature. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And that's what kind of got me to it. So I think I'm coming up on a year as far as cooking on my YouTube channel.
Right on. Do you feel like it's a grind yet? Are you enjoying what you're doing?
I absolutely love what I'm doing. You know, one thing about me, guys, is that I'll tell you that it doesn't matter what I do. CJ, I think it was you that mentioned your wife calls you a hobby jumper. Was it you?
No.
Okay. So somebody was on and somebody's wife called him a hobby jumper. And I was that guy. I'm a guy that got into bowling, got into shooting, got into racing cars, spent a lot of money in it, you know, and got into collecting coins and got into everything. And, you know, my passion is barbecue. And I'll tell you where it started. About 17 years ago, there was a water park here in town. They were having a fajita cook-off contest against restaurants and stuff. And I was grilling and stuff. And I said, I'm going to enter that thing and see how it goes. I ended up winning it. And I was like, you know, okay, well, now I know that I'm doing something right. It's not just family and friends that want to eat free barbecue at my house. I got something going. So I've been cooking that long. But I enjoy it, guys. And this is a message to everybody, is that if you don't love what you're doing, whether it's your YouTube channel, whether it's your job, your marriage, whatever it may be, I don't want to break up any marriages, but if you're not having fun, you're not liking it, get out of it and try something else. So I put my heart and soul into everything that I do, and I'm having a ton of fun. I mean, I just don't have enough weekends in the year to cook more stuff. You know, I've got a really demanding job. I love what I do, but I can't wait for the weekends to cook something, quite honestly.
Right on. So you've been doing it obviously a while now. You got your feet wet. You're pretty comfortable with it. A new YouTuber. We got a couple new YouTubers in the chat there. They come up to you for one piece of advice. What would you tell them the first thing to get them going?
Yeah, that's a great question. The one piece of advice that I would give you is, before you start your channel, make sure that your channel is going to be about something that you absolutely love, that you're not going to want to change whatever that may be halfway into it. Because what happens, guys, is that, for example, my channel is mainly barbecue, and I gain my subscribers because they've got a love for barbecue. Maybe they want to learn how to cook something related to barbecue. And the minute you shift gears and start cooking, let's say, Mexican food, you're going to lose some subscribers because they were brought to you, or they were drawn to you because of your channel. Whether it's an air fryer channel, whether it's a barbecue channel, whether it's a working on your car channel, whatever channel it may be, make sure you're absolutely 100% engaged and want to do that, not wanting to change, because it's hard to change and stick to what you do. And I'll give you an example, CJ. I'm into barbecue pretty heavy, and I did some smoked salmon. That video has the absolute least views out of any of my videos out there. So what happens is that my subscribers they're not subscribed to my channel for seafood. They're subscribed to my channel for barbecue. And there's 1,001 different ways to cook barbecue. So my advice would be, pick a topic that you absolutely love, that you're passionate about, and stick to it.
All right, cool. That's a great thing to do. Kent, I need to give it to you real quick. Ask a few questions, guys. If you have questions for our guests, make sure you put them in the chat and do the dang thing. So go ahead, Kent.
All right, we got you here. Couple people I saw drop in real quick. TNT Barbecue from Owine, Iowa is here. What's up, brother Big T? And did I see Cooking with Corey here too? I'm not sure. Yep, Corey's here too. So, Cooking with Cad wants to know, Joe, your Franklin barbecue video, is that really taken off? How many views have you had on that now?
I checked it this morning, and I was at 16,700. And Cooking with Cat, thanks for bringing that up. I got to tell you that is my most watched video. My most watched video was how to season your new gateway drum. I think I had like 9,000 views. This Franklin barbecue video, I loaded it maybe almost 2 weeks ago, and it's got almost 17,000 views. And I think what's happening, Kent, is that when people are in line at Franklin, because they're in line for, if you get there at 5:30 like me, you're kind of crazy like that. You're in line for the greater part of 5 hours. And I think that we live in a social media world. They're probably searching anything and everything Franklin barbecue before they walk into the door, and they search YouTube, and hey, well, there's a video on Franklin barbecue, first in line. I was the first in line. I think that draws a lot of attention. So, I think I honestly think, Kent, that's the video that will get to 1 million views one day.
Well, I could definitely see that, especially you being there with James, who's in the chat now from Aim 'em and Claim 'em. And
awesome.
Being first in line, I mean, that's pretty cool. Because Shane, never trust a skinny chef. Shane was asking, what's the longest you've ever waited in line for a barbecue joint to open? So I'm assuming that's the longest you've waited in line.
Yeah, that is the longest that I've waited in line. 5.5 hours, guys. I got there at 5:30 in the morning. The second person in line, which I'm going to call the second loser, was there at 6:15, 6:20. I'm kidding, because he might be a subscriber, because we talked to him, James and I, he and his family, and they're awesome. Well, I'm gonna take a shot just for saying that, but I will say this though, Kent, that having James there, James to me, guys, James is one of the first people that I started following on YouTube when I first got started. I was just watching his channel, and he kind of inspired me to start my own YouTube channel. And I was like, I think I even sent him a message. I said, hey, I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel. And I would text him for questions and stuff, but he really inspired me. So James, I love you, man. Thanks for joining my family and I when I was up there in Austin. Thanks for your hospitality. You and your wife are awesome. And guys, James is who he is on his videos. There's fake people in the world, and James is not one of them. He's a class act for sure.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude.
He is.
He really does. So, let's see. Speaking of racing, you said, the way we always set it up here, second place, that's just your first place loser when it comes.
Yep.
But up here, we're circle track up here. You had mentioned racing earlier. You seemed to me more like a Camaro sort of guy.
Get out of here. That's a good guess. So when I was
I might have had a little help from Jimmy Q in the chat with that. So. Oh,
nice. Yeah. So guys, when I was in middle school, I went to the library and I rented a book. I checked out a book that was about the Camaro, the history of the Camaro, and back from 1967 when they started. So my entire life, my dad gave me my first car. It was a 71 Camaro Super Sport. It was kind of an ugly military green. We called it the Green Hornet, with a small block Chevrolet, and I would race that in the street back then. And I owned that Camaro. I owned a 73 Camaro, an 86 Camaro, a 1992 Camaro, and a 2011 Camaro that I ended up racing and blowing up, and I ended up selling it. But I love Camaros.
Yeah. We had quite a few Camaros back in the day up here on the circle tracks, and then they got hard to find because everybody knew what a good, Camaro was worth, and then everybody went to Chevelles, and now they're damn near impossible to find. So,
right,
it all goes through its little phases, I guess, because people realize what that car is really worth if they take care of it, restore it correctly. Yeah, it's not a dirt track car.
Yeah.
So, all right, next question. Grits and glamour. What's your favorite wood to smoke with, Joe?
Oh, so that is another good question. So I was a mesquite guy. Okay, everything I cooked with mesquite, from my offset smoker, and I had a very cheap smoker, a charbroiler smoker. It was half smoker, half grill, and I had my Weber Smoky Mountain a long time ago, and I would always cook with mesquite, and I thought mesquite was the way to go. So about 6-7 months ago, or when I got Veronica, I don't even know when that was. Kris was here. I've had. Let me count my orange rinds here. One, no, not kidding. I think I got 6 shots into me. So I think about 6-7 months ago, I was looking at getting some wood to smoke with, and I ran into a supplier here in El Paso, and he's like, "Hey, have you ever cooked with oak?" And I said, "I haven't." I said, so he sold me a pallet of oak, and I thought mesquite was the wood to go with, but oak is absolutely delicious, guys. I would recommend it. If you've never cooked with oak, if you have an offset, man, it's not as pungent as mesquite. Mesquite, I can walk out my house right now and find a mesquite tree, but oak is shipped in from East Texas, and I absolutely love it. I don't think I'll ever go back to mesquite.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's something for a Texas boy to say that now.
It is. And you know what? When I did this barbecue crawl, one of the places that I went to was Valentina's. He only cooks with mesquite, and it was refreshing to try barbecue that's cooked with something else other than oak. And Miguel at Valentina's, he's doing a lot of things right, and that barbecue was freaking amazing.
Huh. I think if Chef Johnny was dead, he'd be rolling over in his grave, I think. I'm not sure.
Chef, I love you, man.
All right, couple other people here. Chef, I'm just kidding. We don't want you to die. Couple other people in here. West Coast Cajun Cuisine stopped in. Big Lou from Big Lou BBQ said he is driving and listening.
Nice. And
General Diamond Productions is in here also. So James, Eamon, and Clayman, he said, yeah, post oak is the best. So, Meat Cranium wants to know, Joe, do you prefer white or yellow corn?
White.
He did.
White.
That's a little bit at me too. So he thinks he's a funny guy.
Inside joke, I take it.
Well, I am. My neighbor to the north across the street is a cornfield. So you tell me.
Oh, wow. So what does he grow, yellow or white corn?
Huh?
Does he grow yellow or white corn?
Depends. If it's seed corn or field corn.
No.
So big difference.
Very nice.
All right. Let's see. GT's Barbecue. Gary up in the Pacific Northwest wants to know, Joe, do you own a griddle?
I do. By the way, GT, I love your channel, man. I've got an electric griddle, and then I've got a Blackstone as well. When I first got my Blackstone, I really liked it, and I still like it. But I just haven't used it in a while. It's like, I love my Blackstone, and I love my my pit barrel cooker. I just don't use them enough. Again, like I mentioned earlier, to me there's not enough weekends in the year. I think that the government needs to change the days of the week. They need to include Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday as weekends. We just don't have enough time.
I agree. I think it should be, max. I think a guy should have to work 4 10-hour days and have 3 full days off.
I guarantee you, anybody that's got a job is working more than 40 hours a week.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. All right. Keith Bettag says, next time you go outside, collect some of that wood and ship it up to him. It's his favorite wood, he said.
Oh, nice. Where's he at?
Keith is in, what's Keith in? Indiana? Evansville? Is that right? Keith, put it in the chat. I don't remember. Okay. Booger says we owe her a shot yet, so we're gonna let Chunky Monkey. Oh wait, he's back. We're gonna let CJ off the hook on this one since
I got one for it. I'm ready.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, Jimmy Q wants to know if
Oh.
money is no object. I'll wait till you finish chewing.
I'm gonna choke here, man. Well, didn't I already answer this? It's like deja vu.
What Camaro would you buy?
Oh, that is a savage question. So I'm not even gonna say the city where this Camaro's at, but I ran into a Camaro. I'll tell you the little backstory. So the short answer is a '67 Camaro, because that is the first Camaro that was ever built. And it's the only Camaro that's got the vent, those old vents that used to pop open on the driver's side and the passenger side. That's how you can tell a '67 Camaro. So a little education for you guys. It's got a little vent window that you can open up. I found this Camaro in a city, I'm not going to say where, but it is a single owner Camaro with under 30,000 miles. And actually, I don't want to say it's a single owner, it's a double owner. It belonged to an older lady. And the guy that would work on her car, when she passed away, she left that Camaro on her will to give to him for free. He wants to sell that Camaro. And I don't even know if he still has it, but I know where it's at. It's been kept inside. It's never seen a day outside other than when they were driving it, because it's got, again, under 30,000 miles. But I would love to get that car. It's got one dent on the rear quarter panel, but one of these days, if I win the lotto or something, and or make enough money on YouTube, I'm gonna go back there and buy that Camaro. '67 Camaro.
Yeah. They're sitting on a gold mine right there. That's for damn sure.
And you know what? He's selling it. When I asked him, "Hey, are you selling it?" He says, "Yeah." And he says, "We can start at 18,000." I was like, I should have just bought it, but 18,000 is cheap for a '67 Camaro.
I would have probably said, you take a check right now,
Right?
18 grand for a '67.
Right.
Come on. That's especially with that low miles. That's pretty awesome.
Kent, we lost your other.
All right.
Nope. I think we lost Kent.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Well, I will jump into my questions. I honestly start. Kent, you there? No, maybe. Sorry, I had to step away from it for a moment. I apologize. That's not usually what I like to do, but little personal stuff came through, so I had to deal with it. He has my list of questions, so I'm not entirely sure where you guys left off. What was the last question you guys got?
It was just asking subscriber questions still.
All right, cool. All right, so what do you film with?
I film with a Nikon camera, D5600 camera, and you there?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
We lost Ken again, but I'm
here. Yeah, Nikon D5600. I use it depends on the mic. If I'm outside, I'll use a clip-on mic. If not, I'll use a mic that's mounted to the camera that It's self-powered. It powers through the power on the camera. But I absolutely love that camera. My video, like all of us, when we first start a channel, we might not have the correct camera, but I think I've got the right camera now for sure.
Right on. I think Kent is back.
Yeah,
You all good?
I have no idea what happened to the Chromebook when you said you lost me. It was flickering back and forth between a picture and a green screen. And I was like, I'd never seen that one before.
So you're on your iPad right now?
Yeah, we're on the iPad right now. Okay.
You got your earphones that you used to use? I think
he's digging them out.
Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and get them plugged in. Cooking with Corey dropped a $10 super chat. So we owe him one, but once Kid gets up and running, we'll do another one. How you holding up over there, Joe? We're about an hour in.
Wow, already an hour?
Yeah, time flies.
I'm doing good. Let me see. 3, 4, 5. We're 6 shots into it, and I got 4 oranges left. So I'm doing good.
Only do 4 more shots. Sorry, guys.
Poor guy's gonna run out of
you okay now?
Can you hear me now?
Not really. Oh, it's the Russians. It's gotta be the Russians.
You know what's funny is that Kent doesn't flip a pen when he screws up, or when only when he's pissed off.
He's having issues.
Flip a pen.
I know. Hey, that's Kent's. I don't want to impose on that. So
right
when someone tried to take that, Johnny Maggs tried to take that, we sent the hot seat lawyers after him for sure. So, all right, Kent, we still love you, brother. All right. So let's ask my question here. If Hollywood were to make a movie about you and your channel, oh my gosh, it is definitely there. Oh yeah, Kirby, I guess I did. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, we are so unprofessional here. All right, so if Hollywood were going to make a movie about your channel, you and your channel, who would play Joe on your movie?
I think that people are already typing it in. I would probably say Gabriel Iglesias.
I agree. I'll deal with that one. Let's see here. What's new barbecue? The shot price is $10, so I appreciate the super chat. Let's see here. Cooking with Kirby did the shot, the super shot for $10. Not Cooking with Corey. I apologize. So I'm gonna take my shot right now. Can't jump in, whatever. So cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Said Danny DeVito. There you go.
Really?
Kent could star in the next Super Troopers movie. I like that. There's the other $5, Kent. There you go. He made sure he got that $10 in there. Thanks, you, Kenneth. Once Kent gets up and moving, we'll get it set up.
So what are the people saying? Who would play my part in that movie?
A lot of people said Fluffy. Someone said who said that? Danny DeVito, which I don't see that one too much.
Yeah,
but I can see Fluffy. So
yeah, I've always been I don't want to say a clown, but you guys have seen me when I'm not on the hot seat. I'm always making jokes and fun, and I started this whole shrimp thing that so much that I ended up cooking freaking shrimp that weekend. Dude, so you were on for 2 hours that night, and I was dropping a shrimp dish every probably 10 seconds. So do the math.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that every one you dropped, I was like, I want some shrimp by the time we got done.
I know, dude. So I cooked some shrimp that weekend because I was like, man, I got to cook me something with shrimp. I want shrimp.
That's funny. Cooking
That's
with Kirby
hilarious.
says you look like a Mexican biker. Let's see here. Someone said Farva from Super Troopers. Tyrone said Antonio Banderas.
Oh, there you go.
He said The Rock. Joe is Danny Trujillo.
Danny Trujillo. You know, John from 1984 Barbecue is always saying, Joe, bring back the stash. And so when I shave my stash, guys, I shave it about like right here.
Oh, yeah.
And I look like a freaking gardener, man. And my wife says, you need to grow that shit back quick. Like, she doesn't want to be seen with me in public. Like, I look like her freaking gardener when I just have my goatee or my mustache.
Kent's still working on the difficulties. All right, and we see, actually, hold on real quick.
Freaking Kent, what is he doing?
Kent's figuring this out. Let's see here. Who said? I saw another one. Pickle said Justin Timberlake.
Get out of here.
Kenneth said Jack Black. View to a Grill said Joe. We are not all landscapers. I'm assuming the Hispanic population.
Hey, the only part of my white body is right here.
Your farmer's tent.
Yeah, freaking farmer's tent, bro.
All right, cool. All right, that's cool. I was fun getting the people. I love it when the people get involved in the chat with that question that gives some really good answers. Yeah. You know, I don't know about Justin Timberlake, but okay, Mike Montoya said Ron Jeremy. I don't think we're ready for that one.
Ron Jeremy with a mustache, maybe, you know?
Yeah, shave that goatee, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Kent, are you back in effect? Are you good to go?
I don't know. You tell me. Are we good?
You are so clear right now.
Goddamn cheap cell phone does.
That's beautiful. Wow, I never knew you were so attractive.
Kent, you're actually pretty cute.
That is the Patron. And
you're obviously pretty drunk. The more you drink, the better I get. Let me tell you.
Oh shit.
Hobo said that question originated from Mrs. Barlow. Right on. I haven't seen them in a minute. Are they let me know if they're doing okay there, Hobo, if you've talked to Matt. All right. We owe Kenneth KC from What's New Barbecue a shot. So cheers.
Hold on.
Oh,
I've been busy.
You know, these started off as double shots. Okay, I'm doing single shots now, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. No one will talk bad about you.
Whew.
Hey, Kirby, fuck you.
He has them too. Don't worry.
I know.
Let's see, they ain't dead. Hashtag they ain't dead. All right, good. You see woodchucks?
That's only a third of my fishing rods. So
that is awesome. Grits.
You know what's funny, CJ, is that my boss is a subscriber of mine, and he's probably watching this and watching me get plastered. So I can't even call in sick tomorrow.
Nope. You got to play through the pain. That's
right, man.
That's part of making it through the hot seat. Whiskey, beer, shots, tequila. You got to play through the pain. Kent's the trooper, man.
I'm 8 shots of Patron. The first 5 were double shots. Okay.
That's rough, man. I don't know what to tell you on that one. I'm just drinking straight whiskey over here.
I got 2 wedges left.
We're only doing 2 more shots.
No, I might have to go get some more oranges.
You don't have to get more oranges.
Or just man up and take them straight up.
That's funny. We get a little more ice in there. All right, we're good. All right, cool. Wow. It's funny. You said, I said we were about an hour in. And the time's flying. It's only been 11 minutes since then, and it's slowed down like crazy. The technical difficulties and the shots and all that stuff. Hey, let's see. Darren from Firewater Cooking's in there. How you doing? Oh, freaking Hobo with the super shot. I hope y'all don't get fired tomorrow. Thanks, Hobo.
Oh, I'm feeling really warm. Am I blushing? I mean, I'm so dark that you can't even tell. But...
I can tell you're blushing, straight up. Whew. All right, so cheers, Hobo. Thank you.
Another one. Can't take a damn shot.
All right, guys. I got maybe one or two more in me, but I can feel where my body parts used to be hurting, so I'm gonna have to bow out pretty soon. All right. All right. So, what has kept you on the grind? What's your end goal with this? What are you hoping to accomplish?
So, I've thought a lot about that question, and my goal, guys, is to, I always joke with my wife, which she's not home yet, but I'll try to get her in here. I always joke with my wife that if something were to ever happen to me and she remarries, that this guy's going to have some freaking barbecue to do, and he's got to learn how to cook on these smokers. So I'm going to leave him a library on how to cook on the smokers. But in reality, it's about showing people how to barbecue. If I can help somebody in any way, because I got to tell you, like I mentioned earlier, I watched James early on, and he showed me a lot of things that he does, and I watched a lot of other channels, that kind of taught me how to barbecue a lot, and I got pointers on, and my thing is to pay it forward. I think I'd mentioned in my chat one time where, we get one shot at life. This is it. We don't respawn. Are you there, CJ?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So we don't
just let you talk, brother.
All right. So we don't respawn and come back to this. This is we get one shot at it. And so why not share whatever your talent is, whether it's bowling or working on hot rods or cooking barbecue, why not share that with the world and leave that behind? I think that the barbecue world is going to change 20 years from now. It's going to change. There's going to be an easier way to cook barbecue. And I got to tell you, if you go back 20 years and you look at some of the barbecue people who were around back then, if you would have told them back 20 years ago that there'd be a pellet smoker around, that you could put your food in and set the timer and walk away from it and end up with a really good product, they'd call you crazy. But you watch. We're putting this on social media, on YouTube, and 20 years from now, CJ and Kent and all the subscribers watching, there's going to be a better, faster way of cooking barbecue. And if you tell me that you can cook a brisket in 30 minutes right now, I'd call you crazy. But you watch 20 years from now, they're going to find a way to cook a full brisket in 30 minutes. And hopefully that somebody's watching this video, because we leave these breadcrumbs in through our lives, and people will find those breadcrumbs, whether it's this YouTube video or anything that you do, to help them with whatever they're into. But my ultimate goal is to help people barbecue, to learn, to teach them and learn with them the many methods of cooking barbecue. And again, that T-Roy Cooks, I watched a lot of his videos, a ton of his videos before I even subscribed to him. And now that I'm doing it, I look back at T-Roy and I'm like, man, this guy really laid the foundation for many of us. And CJ, you called him the Godfather of barbecue earlier, and you hit the nail on the head, because he truly is, and has helped so many people, including myself. And that's my ultimate goal, is to leave the breadcrumbs behind, so that somebody can find them and maybe learn a new trick or learn how to do something relating to barbecue.
Right on. I think you're right about the 30-minute brisket. I think you're right about people coming up with new and interesting ways of doing things. I've even, I know that obviously a lot of our fans are barbecue channels, but I've been trying to do that ninja foodie thing that I have. I've been trying to do outdoor cooking indoors. I've half thought about taking a brisket flat slice it in half, do it in the foodie, and do it out on the kettle, and do a comparison like that. So, and that would take an hour to do a brisket in that thing. So, and come out tender. So, it wouldn't be barbecue, but it could be done. So,
yeah, CJ, and that's one thing that I will give you props on. So, you recently released a video on cooking. It was, I forget what it was. It was something on your Weber. I think maybe it was burgers. It was burgers. So you cooked burgers on your Weber, and you cooked burgers on the air fryer. And I love the comment that you made, and I think that's going to attract a lot of people. And I think I even commented on that video that I said, I'm trying so hard not to get a freaking air fryer, but you're making it hard for me because, when it's wintertime and you don't want to go outside and fire up that smoker, and you can end up with a good tasting burger. Naturally, the one that's cooked over charcoal, I think it's going to have a more intense barbecue flavor that we're all used to. But if you can end up with a similar result and not have to freeze your balls off outside and do it with an air fryer, that's huge, CJ. So I would recommend that you do more of that, because that's going to attract people like me that love to smoke. But when it's cold outside, I can end up with a similar result, whether it's wings or a burger or a brisket. I mean, try that. CJ, I don't think I've ever seen that. I think that if you were to cook that brisket on a freaking air fryer, a brisket flat on an air fryer and a brisket flat on a Weber, and end up with a good looking, tasting brisket, you have to get an air fryer. Why wouldn't you get an air fryer?
Right. Well, I'm definitely going to give it a shot pretty soon. And I originally did that for people that it was in the middle of some freaking polar ice storm, whatever they call it in the Midwest, whatever Kent went through. But what someone else put in the comments is a lot of people live in apartments and they can't barbecue. So I kind of, added that in there too. So it's just something I want to try to do. It's fun,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I can tell the other thing, CJ, is I can tell that you're having fun with it. And that's a beautiful thing, to get to cook that food and to have fun with it and put the comments like you feel. It's, guys, this burger that was cooked on the Weber it's got a better flavor, but it's not too far off from this freaking air fryer.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world if you have to eat it off that air fryer.
Yeah.
For sure. Polar Kotex. No, not Polar Kotex. I don't think anybody wants that thing to be cold. All right. I'm going to ask Christy Cooking Channel's lifetime question, which I haven't seen her, but I hope she's doing well. Let's see here. What is the best and worst thing you've ever cooked, whether it's on camera or not?
So, okay, I know that you have an upcoming question, so I'm not going to answer it this way. But the best thing I ever cooked was a brisket on my El Rey smoker. I was really, for my, good part of my life, I've been chasing that good dark bark, that good flavor brisket, that Texas brisket that everybody looks for. So my best cook is a brisket. The worst cook is also a brisket. And that cook, I did it on my it was a gateway drum, and I trusted it too much that I stepped away for, I think it was maybe 20, 30 minutes. I came back and the temperature had spiked on me and it burnt the bottom. It didn't burn it, but it overcooked it. So I wasn't happy with the results. I still posted the video. Go back and watch that video, guys. I said, man, it's a little tough. I mean, if I were to, it was like a rubber band, guys. I just could not pull the damn thing apart. And so we ate that brisket. My entire family and I ate that brisket. And I learned my lesson. I think that we all learn. It's like when we're learning how to walk, we don't just get up and walk. We're going to fall. We're going to hit ourselves. We're going to bang ourselves up. And brisket is an intimidating piece of meat. And that's my number one thing that I love to cook. It's an intimidating piece of meat. And it's okay to screw it up. Just know what you did that you screwed up that, whatever that cook was, whether it's ribs or brisket, know what you did to screw that up and try not to do it again. And I think that's what makes us better, CJ.
Yeah.
In anything that we do in life.
Definitely. What question were you going to not answer if I was to ask you? Because I've actually dropped down a couple of questions. So what were you going to say?
Say that again.
I skipped a couple questions to go to that one. So what am I missing out on?
So my favorite food, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
So I don't cook it. It's funny that it's my favorite food, but I don't cook it. I've never cooked it, in fact, in my life. And my favorite food to eat is mole, chicken mole.
Right on.
So and it brings so many memories of my grandmother, because mole, guys, a traditional way of making mole, it involves frying bread, frying chilies, different types of chilies, frying some chocolate, some raisins. And that's what makes that traditional Mexican mole sauce. And Kirby, you would appreciate this. And it's so good, so freaking good, that I've never made it. My grandmother made it. Now you can buy these jars of mole sauce, mix it in with some chicken broth and shredded chicken and make your mole. But I have not one time in my life cooked mole before. But that is my absolute favorite meal. And I think because it brings back so many memories of my grandmother when she used to make it from scratch. And it involves, guys, a gazillion different ingredients, but it's so freaking good.
You ever thought about doing it on your channel?
You know, I haven't, CJ, but now that I think that you mentioned it, maybe I should. But then again, here's the thing, like I mentioned earlier, my subscribers are drawn to me because of barbecue.
Right.
I almost guarantee you, if I were to make that mole, that people would probably not watch it, but maybe they will if I share the passion that I have and the memories that it brings of my grandmother cooking that mole. And if I can find it, I mean, I still have my mother and my aunts and uncles that can help me and share that recipe that my grandmother used to use. But you know, I mean, you bring up a good point. Maybe I should do it because
I think if you're worried about the barbecuing aspect of it, do it on your barbecue. You know, get a big old pan that, you know, you don't care if it gets a little burned up. Put it on Veronica, whatever. Just do it out there and then smoke the chicken that you put in it. And then you've got your barbecue audience on there. At least that's how I feel.
I love that idea. And I think I will do that. Absolutely.
Right. You guys heard it here first. Chicken mole is coming.
Chicken mole.
Chicken mole.
Smoked chicken mole.
I love it, man. That's awesome, man. I love family recipes so much. I have a cioppino recipe that I'm going to be doing on my channel. I think when Daddy Cooks gets back, because we were going to collaborate and show him how to do it because he never heard of it. But my grandmother from Sicily, you know, it's Northern Italian from San Francisco, whole thing. It's a great dish, but no matter how good I make it, you know, in my mind, like, oh, this is good. Never as good as grandma's because they just do a little something different. You know, grandma for me is Nonna, so Italian Nonna. So I can never duplicate. I've made it, and I made it for my dad and my mom and all that, just to get that, you know, affirmation that it's good, but it was not Nonna good. So
yeah, and you know what, CJ, our family is, my grandmother had 17 kids, and you know, so we're 17 kids or 13 kids. I'm sorry, 13 kids, and so we were very close. And you know, my grandmother passed a few years back, and I guarantee you, in that video, I could ask my mother to come and help me cook that, and there would be a tear or two in that video because of I think that the flavors would bring back so many memories of our grandmother that started this wonderful family that we have now. So I think I'm going to do that. I love that idea.
That's so cool. I'm glad we worked that out, Joe.
Awesome, brother. Thanks, man.
All right. So I have, you know, a few more questions here. So I'm going to send it over to Kent if he's okay. I think we still have a shot too. You just take a drink.
Sorry. Yeah, we got a shot to do for sure.
All right, so let's get this shot out of the way. I don't remember who it was for, but cheers.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
After the 10, it doesn't matter.
I had to reboot the computer. So.
All right, so Kent, go ahead and ask a couple of questions. I still got a couple more.
Okay, well, I got to ask this one so Woodchuck gets off my ass because he thinks I'm ignoring him through the technical difficulty and everything. Poties in Pecos? What do you know about that, Joe? Do you like it?
Pecos.
It's Poties, P-O-D-Y' in Pecos.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Not my neck of the woods. I can't help you on that one, brother. So
doesn't ring a bell.
Darren, you don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm just telling you that from the get-go. So, all right. General Diamond wants to know, Joe, other than Camaro, what's your favorite car? What would you own? Sports car.
Oh, that is a great question. So before, I took a break from Chevrolet and I bought a 2008 Dodge Charger with a 5.7 Hemi. And I put a supercharger on it. And I started racing that thing and I put some Mustang rims in there, which fit perfectly. I put some slicks on it and those are really heavy cars. That's back when Dodge was in bed with Mercedes and they started sharing a lot of technology. And I love my Charger. I actually traded my Charger, my 08 Charger, for my Camaro that I have now. Well, I recently sold it. But if I were to get another car, I think it would be another Dodge Charger. I drive a Chrysler 300 for work, a black one. It's my personal vehicle. It's a beautiful, beautiful freaking car, leather interior. I would hate to give that up, but I'm really thinking about getting another Dodge Charger. Whether it's I don't think I'm going to go Hellcat version, but I think that I'd like to get me an SRT8 Dodge Charger to use for work.
Them Hellcats, sir. Yeah.
What's funny, Kent, is that when I had my Camaro, so I was running 11 and a half seconds in the quarter mile with my Camaro, and the Hellcat came out. And by the way, I have the record here in El Paso, the fastest Camaro. And the Hellcat came out, and there was this guy that showed up at the track with a black one. And the first time I raced him, I beat him, like hardcore beat him. But then he came back with slicks and did some other tuning stuff, and that ended up losing to him. But those Hellcats they're a pissed off vehicle, man, that want to race.
Yeah, that they are. So, all right, Jim from Suburban Barbecue wants to know, Joe, when are you going to be in the Houston area so you guys can hang out?
I really enjoyed this past vacation that I did when out to Texas and into Lubbock and Evie Mae's Barbecue. And my barbecue tour started here in El Paso with Desert Oak Barbecue and Rich. Rich, you got an amazing barbecue joint. Evie Mae's Barbecue. And then I went down to Austin and tried Valentina's and Franklin Barbecue. And I think that is chapter 1 of my book in this life of touring barbecue joints. And I think Jim has been a lot of barbecue crawls with James from Amon McClaimon. And what's crazy, Kent, is I've got a question for Jim at Suburban is, why the hell don't you have a freaking YouTube channel, bro? You've been on a lot of barbecue crawls. I've seen you cook on Instagram. Start a freaking YouTube channel already. And I think that you would be good at it, man. You need to start one, bro. But next time I'm out there in that area, I am coming to Houston, Jim, and we're going to go eat some barbecue. Whether it's in Austin or it's in Houston, I'm going to go up there. Next vacation I take, I'm going to go meet you, Jim, and we're going to hang out, bro. And I'm going to, if I got to beat you to start a freaking YouTube channel, I'm going to beat you.
I've been on his ass about that too, so you're not the only one. I think Pickles put in the chat. He asked from that too. So yeah, you're not the only one getting after him.
No.
So, okay, you've Rick's Barbecue in Blackstone wanted to know what your favorite cook was on Veronica, but I think you kind of answered that already with that brisket.
So, well, wait a minute. So brisket is comes out amazing on Veronica, guys. But I did some beef cheeks that I did for my birthday party and my mother's wedding anniversary. Those freaking beef cheeks, guys. I gotta tell you, if we all ever get together, and what I want to do is maybe hook up somewhere in Austin or somewhere in San Antonio where CJ goes, where Kent goes, where T-Roy and James from M Claim 'em, Kris from Proud Souls Barbecue, Dogfather Barbecue, Baby Back Maniac, Justin, or they call him something else, I forget his name. If we all ever get together, I am smoking some freaking beef cheeks for you guys because they are so freaking tasty and so easy to cook that I want you guys to experience that flavor of smoked beef cheek. That is the absolute best thing that I've ever cooked on Veronica, the beef cheeks. Briskets come out amazing, but man, that barbacoa, that we call it barbacoa or beef cheeks, man, CJ, you would do a backflip after taking a bite out of that. With your operation, the 4 holes in your body, you would do a freaking backflip tasting that freaking taco.
I think we get a hell of a lot of super shots to see.
You know what, Joe? I got to disagree with you. He wouldn't do it. He'd try it, but he wouldn't do it.
I mean, I didn't say he would be successful in doing it, but he would freaking try to do a backflip.
About like seeing my big white ass try to do it. It ain't going to happen. I'm going to end up on the back of my neck and in the hospital.
Right?
I think whoever's house we go to, Josh and Babe and myself and Miss CJ have been talking about trying to get a Texas trip together. Unfortunately, it's tough to get all our schedules together, but we're not going to give up on the dream. We're hoping to do it this year. Wherever we go that has hopefully someone has a pool, then we'll talk about doing some flips where I won't break my ass on anything.
You know what? I got to tell you, CJ, that it sounds like we're going to get together at T-Roy's house.
Yeah, I would think so.
You know what? And I got to tell you guys that when I first started my YouTube channel, I was like, man, I was at 100 subscribers and 200 subscribers, and I was like, man, this isn't going anywhere. And you know what it's like, CJ. I mean, you're at 4,000 plus subscribers. I'm about to hit 2,000 subscribers, I think. And guys, it's such a good feeling to have that many subscribers and all the questions that get asked. People like, when do you have time to answer those questions? Like, man, I want to answer those questions. And I have never, if you would have told me that, a year ago that we would be talking CJ, that we would be talking T-Roy, that T-Roy would be leaving comments in my videos, or that he would be answering comments in his videos that I would leave behind, I'd call you crazy. But this barbecue community, and I did stutter because it's fucking tequila. But if you would have told me a year ago that we would have this, what we have at this very moment right now, I would call you guys freaking crazy, because I never thought that I would reach this level. And guys, if you can dream it and think about it, you can make it happen. So, Jim at Suburban Barbecue, start your freaking channel.
I completely agree with that, because a year ago or so, T-Roy used to do those Thursday chats where he do the questions. So I sent him a question, and he answered my question on this freaking thing. I actually, I work with Mrs. CJ. She came, I brought her in my office. I'm like, look, he said my name. A celebrity said my name. Now he'll text me a picture of him with a beer and a cigar out back saying hi. So it's just amazing how the years or so has gone. Kent didn't even want to do a YouTube channel. He was forced to do it by Hobo. And now he's about to win Battle of the Kitchens. He's going to be 1,000 subscribers soon. It's just amazing how this whole last year has progressed. Hey,
Well,
guys,
hey, back up. Now you just pissed a viewer off. Now you just pissed Babe off. Because she's still in the hunt. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. He's going to go up against Babe to win the championship. Nah, whoever wins, wins. Participation. It's fun. But it's just amazing. Guys, if you aren't subscribed to Kent or our guests, please do. We're trying to get Kent to 1,000 subscribers. So make sure it happens, guys. I know we have a bunch of new people in the chat. Kent from Daddy Dutch BBQ. He's our co-host. Make sure you get sub to them, okay? And if you're catching this on the replay, make sure you get sub to them too. Link down below. Hit show more. Like and subscribe.
Right?
You done with the commercials, or can we keep going here now?
You understand the amount of pain I'm in right now. And the alcohol's not even helping. I think it's hurting me.
Hey, see, are you taking meds?
Yeah,
it's called Camaro.
It's called whiskey.
Oh my god, dude, that's awesome.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Next question. This one's a tough one. This is about as bad as beans or no beans. This comes from Thyron at TNT Barbecue. Are you a spare rib guy or a baby back guy?
Well, so I will tell you guys this, that before I got into my YouTube channel, all I cooked was baby back. Like if you came over to my house for a Dallas Cowboys game, go Cowboys, we were having baby backs. But you know, guys, I'm a backyard barbecue cook, okay? I'm not a professional cook. I'm not, you know, I don't claim to be the best. You know, I try hard at what I do. Baby backs were my thing, and when you came over to my house to eat, to watch a Dallas football game, a Dallas Cowboy football game, or a UFC fight, there would be ribs, and they would be shredded for me trying to cut them up, and because they're really meaty and really good. But I am a 100% spare rib guy with the rib tips cut off. I don't like eating ribs with the rib tips on. I would prefer to have a nice, square, beautiful looking, great tasting rib. And the rib tips, I'll save them for a rainy day when I've got nothing better to do and I just want a snack.
CJ, you're hilarious.
I know.
Baby backs, no beans, says CJ.
Beans.
All right.
CJ.
I believe this is from Judy Ann at Just 8. Joe, if you could have anybody in the world sponsor you other than Victory Lane, who would it be?
You're talking about rub companies?
She just said sponsors. I don't know why you wouldn't think about it like that, but.
Oh, Judy Ann, I love you and Luis, man. And I love her personality. If I had anybody, again, we talked about my dream pit earlier. I can't see that, Kent. It's like a white paper. But
Red Yoder.
Oh, you're a savage. So great minds think alike. So, guys, I will give you an update. I would absolutely love. I'm good with the Yoder people. You know, I'm going to come out with more Yoder videos. In fact, some of my paint is peeling, and I want you guys to hear it first here. Okay. So when all of us drive a vehicle, you have to maintain your vehicle, whether it's an oil change or change the air filters, change the cabin air filter, do an alignment, balance your tires. When you have a smoker, guys, I don't care if it's a Weber kettle or a Yoder smoker or a Veronica smoker, you are going to have to do some maintenance to it, okay? And my Yoder paint is peeling on the bottom because I got lazy and didn't clean off some of the barbecue, and so some of the paint is peeling where that barbecue spillage came from. And so I'm going to do a video on how to fix that. I work for O'Reilly. We sell good product for paint. I'm going to do a video on how to redo that. But I absolutely love my Yoder. I would love, and I'm currently working with Yoder, trying to get them to to be a brand ambassador for them. And I spoke to the GM, the vice president of the company himself. And let's just say that you're going to hear it here first. Freaking Kent, you're holding it in. Look at you. You're about to freaking blow up. So you're just freaking savage. Judy Ann and Luis, I think that you guys know me all too well. I'm in negotiations with Yoder to be a brand ambassador, and we are working on a Yoder Frontiersman. I don't know the specifics of it yet, but that's why I'm selling Veronica. You heard it here first on Cooking with CJ's channel, that I am in negotiations with Yoder Smokers on getting a Frontiersman, my dream pit, and we are this close. Okay, my fingers are tight. We are that close to working something out, and I love Yoder, made in America, right here, baby. And we're so close to working something out. So yes, a Yoder Frontiersman is my absolutely. If I had a company that I would dream to sponsor me, it would be Yoder for sure.
You know what? That is awesome, Joe. Congratulations. You know, that's a big deal, man. That's a really big deal. Congratulations.
It really is. Thank you, guys.
That's way, way cool, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That might have been a little bit of a
an hour and
question.
43 minutes to find out this information. They're going to have to dig deep into this hot seat to get this information, CJ.
Oh, my God. Okay, you good?
I have one more.
Go for it.
Our buddy Meat Cranium wants to know, okay, Joe, what's your least favorite car brand?
My least favorite car brand is probably Kia.
You just offended some people out there.
Oh my God, dude. That is the biggest pile of crap that anybody can ever own in their entire lives. My wife had a Kia, and it had nothing but problems. You would put the turn signal on, and the headlights would turn off and on. And dude, that is the biggest pile of crap that anybody can ever own. So my wife now owns a Honda Accord that I bought for her on her birthday. I subscribed her with it, or I didn't subscribe her. I surprised her with the big red bow on the top of it, you know, that you see on commercials. And I brought her outside, and we blindfolded her, and I said, "Baby, I got a surprise for you." And you know, Honda is an import vehicle. I'm pro USA, as you can see, but Honda makes a hell of a vehicle, and that's what she drives now. I got her out of that freaking POS Kia Forte, I think it was, and got her into a real car.
Yeah, we got my oldest son a Honda Accord from 2003, and it runs like a champ. So
yeah, CJ, those things will run forever. It's like John Deere, you know, they will run forever.
Yeah, and both me and Miss CJ, we have Chevys. I have the Silverado, and she has the Tahoe. So
man. Now I'm a bigger fan of you, CJ, because you're a Chevrolet fan.
Nice. Nate Dogg from White Thunder Barbecue said Saab Turbo. Hey, whatever gets you there, buddy. Hondas are more American than Chevys nowadays.
There you go.
Oh, sorry. Toyota, not Honda. That's funny. Oh, my gosh. I had a Kia rental once. Ew. All right. So you're good to go, man?
I got one more thing. Aim 'em and claim 'em put in here. Tell Yoder there's one more smoking guy out there that'd love to be their brand ambassador. So, Joe, I will fax you my number so you can give him mine instead of James.
You know what? I will say this, that James has always said that, you know, because I watch all of his live chats. I watch a lot of you guys' live chats. CJ, you know that I'm on every Thursday, you know, because I'm that guy in the audience at the freaking Jerry Springer show that freaking gets everybody excited, man. I'm freaking leaving comments about shrimp this and shrimp that and people's accents and shit. You know, I'm talking to. I talk a lot of shit. You know, I really do on your chats. I love your live, your hot seats and stuff. But James has been asked on his show so many times, if you would own a pellet smoker, what would it be? And James always says Yoder smokers, because I think that our buddy Kris and I, Kris from Proud Souls BBQ and James is a good, but we're all friends, guys. We're a big triangle of friends, and James has always answered, I would love to own a Yoder smoker. So James, let me get my foot in the door, buddy, and then I'll see what I can do for you.
Oh man, that's awesome. All right, Keith.
Kirby says he's heading into work. Said much love to you, Joe. So
awesome, Kirby. I love you, man.
Here's to a great show. This is our final one that we owe.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. No orange, just for Kent. Calling me a freaking pansy earlier, 2 hours ago. You freaking guy.
Bill from Chicken Fried says James has a Traeger.
You better not.
All right. Great job, Joe. That's all I got, CJ.
Right on, man. We're going to be doing a little Easter dinner over here, and my brother-in-law is bringing over his Traeger.
Nice.
So I'm going to see if he'll leave it here just so I can mess around with it, see if I want a pellet pooper or not. So
yeah. And I'll say this, you know, and I'll say this, CJ, since you mentioned that, you know, just because you're passionate about something, don't knock the other things that people are using, okay? That's one thing that I will caution you guys on, because you will lose a fan base. I work for O'Reilly Auto Parts, okay? I really do. And I love the company. I love everything about it. I'm passionate about, you guys know that I'm passionate about everything that I do. But one thing that you will never see me do is talk bad about our competition, okay? They're all good companies. That's why they're around. Right. So whether you're an offset smoker and somebody has a Jambo pit and I have an El Rey, doesn't make my El Rey better than his Jambo, doesn't make my Yoder better than his what's that word, Traeger. You know, that's not the case, guys. There's people from all walks of life, and we can all afford one thing in life, and if what you can afford is a Traeger or a Pit Boss or a Yoder, you know, to each his own. I just cook on whatever I think is the best. Right. And if you have any other brand, guys, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Just CJ, you cook on a freaking air fryer, you know. And
oh, that'll get the chat riled up. Thanks a lot, man.
Hey, man, I gotta tell you.
Let me interrupt your point there, because I see a lot of people saying good night and great show and all that. Guys, I still have a handful of questions. We're not done yet, so just hang out. All right, we're good. We're still.
How many are in the chat, by the way?
Huh?
How many are in the chat?
I don't know.
49.
49. There you go, Keith. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
So I completely agree. And you'll hear half these people say that I do not have a Prius. That is a goddamn communist lie. I am not okay with that. Anyway.
Hold on. Time out. I officially love Josh again.
Okay. I think I'm officially going to take away his blue wrench.
I'd be all right with that, too.
Cooking with Rexy is new to our chat, so this is what the hot seat's all about. I interview other creators with my co-host Kent, and this is where we're at. So we're coming up on the last 5-10 questions over there. Everybody say hi to Cooking with Rexy. She's great with those emojis. Anyway,
so guys, I will say, CJ.
What's that?
Sorry, son, or interrupt you. Cooking with Rexy. She subscribed to my channel a while back. Rexy, I love your channel. She does a good job. She did a 250-piece sushi video recently because she hit 250 subscribers. I mean, that's extremely difficult to do, 250 pieces of sushi for 250 subscribers. I mean, Rexy, I love your channel, man. You're doing a good job. Keep it up.
That's awesome. All right, so I agree with you. I want to kind of finish on your point you were making, and a lot of people will say that it's not the pit, it's the pit master. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of validity to that, but you know, having a Camaro is a lot better than having a Kia. So I mean, there's no matter how fast you drive, you know, having the Camaro is probably the better one. So
absolutely.
All right. I was going to see. Are you ready for these last few questions here? I know they're the ones we always ask, so you're ready to go.
I think so, man.
I'm sure you've studied them. Three channels you watch: one big, one small, and one you think should be bigger.
All right. So the big channel, man, how many shots have I had? At least 10. Man, and I was afraid of this, CJ, that I would forget the channels. But I want to keep it barbecue, okay? And to me, a big channel for me, guys, is James from MM Claim. He's got about almost 20,000 subscribers.
Right.
Now, he's not the biggest out there, but to me, he's big, okay? And again, like I mentioned earlier, he helped me along the way. So he's big in my mind, in my heart. He's big to me. He might not be the biggest, but he's big to me. So James from MM Claim Smokers, he's passionate about what he does. He's cooking barbecue every freaking weekend. He'll tell you his deepest secrets, and he's just a very passionate guy. James, I love you if you're still in here, man. He does an amazing job. One medium channel. One medium channel. Barbecue related. Guys, and he's a small channel, okay, but I absolutely love what he does. Is Bill at Chicken Fried Barbecue. I think he's more on a smaller end, but he's headed up there, guys, and he needs to. He's one that definitely needs to have more subscribers, for sure. Bill, I love you. I love what you do, man. I think that your cooks are amazing. I love the cookers you cook on, and then the small channel that I think should be bigger. I'm going to pair up JP Barbecue. I'm going to change the rules here a little bit. JP Barbecue, I think you're there with cooking with CJ. JP Barbecue, guys, when you interviewed him, CJ, a while back, he said that I was a small channel that I think that could be bigger. And I wasn't subscribed to JP at that point, but I appreciated that so much. You guys won't believe how much it meant to me that I had this other YouTube channel that said that I should be bigger. And that means a lot to me. That really does. And so JP Barbecue and Bill at Chicken Fried Barbecue. And then the small channel that I think should be bigger is Joe's Barbecue House.
The Little Joe?
No. He needs to be bigger too, but Joe's Smokehouse, I think it is.
You have Joe's Smokehouse and Barbecue.
Him.
And then you have, that's Joe Doherty, I believe. Sorry if I used your government name. And then you have Joe's Smokehouse.
Joe's Smokehouse. So Joe Doherty, he needs to be bigger too. I love that guy. He goes from barbecue to Italian dishes to sandwiches. I love what he does. But Joe's, what was the other one, Kent?
Joe's
Smokehouse.
No, Joe's House Barbecue. Or Joe's Barbecue House.
Joe's Barbecue House.
There's too many of you damn Joes. It's about like all the Krises around here.
I'm sorry, man. So he needs to be bigger. He's a master at his Weber Smoky Mountains. He's got all these freaking attachments that he piles up on each other, and he'll cook 120 pounds of food in one smoker. And oh my God, he is so good at what he does. He needs to be way bigger. I really love his channel, and you know, of course, guys, I don't want to limit it to those three. CJ, you have a freaking damn good channel. Kent, every time you go live and you're cooking freaking breakfast, man, it's like I'm there with you, you know. And man, there's so many channels, guys, that I don't want to just pick those three. I know that we don't have all night to talk about which ones are my favorite channels, but those are the ones that come to mind at this moment. 12 shots of tequila in.
All right, so Frack Daddy Barbecue, how you doing? Kent, have you put Corey on timeout at all?
No, he's actually not being an asshole tonight, so I've been nice to him.
I saw a comment that needed review, so I just wanted to make sure that you had a chance. So,
well, I saw a comment that needed review, but it wasn't from that idiot. I mean, Corey.
Nice. All right, cool. Just checking. All right, if you could cook with anybody in history, Joe, live or dead, who would you be?
Guys, this is an answer that I've thought, or a question that I've thought long and hard about. But it's not one person; it's one community, and it's everybody that's on this YouTube world and social media world. And I'm talking about from Kris at Krautzel's Barbecue to CJ to Kent to James at Aimum and Claimum, from Alton, from Dogfather's Barbecue to Baby Back Maniac, and all of these channels, guys, that have created this community. That would be the one. I don't think it's a person, it's a community that I would love to cook with. And if we can make this happen, guys, I don't care where it's at, we need to make this happen. That would be my dream come true, because Emerald is good. Okay, everybody always says Emerald. I love his BAM, and I learned a lot from him, and I learned a lot from what's his nuts? Diners, Dive-Ins, and
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri and Andrew Zimmerman. Everybody always says that, but that one person, guys, is our community. And T-Roy Cooks, you absolutely have to be there. We're not going to do this crap. But all of us together, everybody that's got a YouTube channel that we're all close to, I think needs to happen. That's the one person I would love to cook with. Our community. If you had a gun to my head and said, pick one freaking person already, it would be my grandmother.
There you
go. My grandmother that I talked about earlier that used to make an amazing mole.
Right on.
Joe, I've said for the last 6-8 months that we need to get everybody together at the Royal in Kansas City.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Hang out and cook together and then walk through there. I think that would be killer.
Yeah, that would be freaking amazing.
Keith Bettag said, great answer. He does a Labor Day shindig where he has everybody come over there. He's been doing it for years now. And
nice.
Someday I hope to make it out there too. That would be so much fun. All right.
Hey, guys. Hey, CJ, can you hold on for a minute? I got to go take a leak real bad.
We didn't discuss the code word at the beginning of the show. You're supposed to say, can you hold on? There's somebody at the door.
Can you hold on? There's somebody at the door.
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, Mike.
Okay. Anybody with questions for CJ, put them in the chat now.
I love this, man. We keep getting these little firsts that just
yeah.
That's funny, man. Oh my gosh. We only have like 2 or 3 more questions.
Yeah.
At least he didn't try to do it under the table.
Yeah, at least he didn't pee in a bucket like a former guest.
Oh, that's funny. I make him take a shot for that. I agree, Frag Daddy. Let's see here.
Frack Daddy. Is it Drew? Is that right? Your first name?
I thought Drew was.
Damn it. I asked him too on his live, and he told me. Now I feel like an idiot for forgetting. Put it in the chat, Frack Daddy, if you don't mind. Thanks, Siren.
Appreciate it, buddy. Let's see here. Now, having said that, Miss Bird.
Damn, I wasn't even close.
Thanks.
Sorry, Jared.
Take care.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. We're did I miss anybody? I'm loving the support. Rexy, you got a great community here. Everybody's here for you guys. I never try to make it about subscribing, but if you want to talk to somebody,
all right, Jared, fair enough.
Is it Jared?
Jared is Frack Daddy.
Got it. We got to remember that.
All right. Joe, you owe a shot for peeing during the show, and I owe one for calling Frack Daddy by the wrong first name.
Lee from Smoking Bears is in there too. What's up, Lee?
Oh, he's packing for a comp tomorrow. That's cool.
Oh, right on.
My next comp, well, my first comp of the year will be in 2 weeks.
Very cool.
Last year when they did this comp, the high was 11 degrees.
Nice.
Yeah, you didn't have to worry about having a cooler to keep your meat in to keep it cold.
Josh and Babe, ask that question again. The blue wrench is going away. I'm just saying.
Just do it anyway. Make them earn it back.
Oh, I like it.
And don't penalize Babe. It's just Josh.
I understand.
Kent, have you tried that Smokin chicken rub from Victory Lane?
I haven't done the chicken yet.
Use that in your competition, and if you win freaking first place, it wouldn't surprise me.
I'm the comp coming up in 2 weeks is MWBA. A couple of years ago, KCBS lawyers went after MWBA because if you read the rule sheets, the only differences is 6 turn-in bones versus 8. Otherwise, everything's pretty much word for word.
Nice.
But yeah, I tell you what, that garlic jalapeno seasonal, I did what you said, but I didn't have the Victory Lane pecan.
Oh.
But I had the Butcher's Barbecue pecan.
Good stuff.
So I put that on, and man, does that cherry rub pop.
It does, right?
I showed pictures last week to Josh and Babe, and they're like, those aren't sauced? And I'm like, no, they're not sauced yet.
Hey, send me that freaking picture, Kent.
I will.
I want to see that.
I can do that.
All right, guys, let's finish up these last questions here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we interrupting you, CJ?
Nope.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Not that we want you dead or we think you're going to kill anybody, but what would your last meal on earth would be?
I said it earlier. It would be mole with some rice, Mexican rice, some refried beans, and one thing that I like, some corn tortillas, fresh corn tortillas. One thing I like, guys, with my mole, if you guys are mole fans, is cut some white onions or yellow onions and put some not lemon juice, lime juice in the onions and cut a piece of the tortilla. Grab yourself some mole, put some beans and some rice on there, and put a wedge of that onion that's soaked in the lemon, and eat that. That is heaven. That is absolute heaven. Right. So it would be mole.
All right, I figured, but gotta ask the questions.
All right.
So Meathead's question: who's on your personal Mount Rushmore? 4 people you love and admire.
All right. So number 1 would be my grandmother. Her name was Consuelo Hernandez. Number 2 would be my mom, Susana Hernandez. Number 3 would be my wife, Patricia Martinez. And number 4 would be my daughter, Caitlin Martinez. All women. As
they should be. That's
right.
And of course, you got Josh and Babe. That's it. I'm taking I don't want to punish Babe. How do I do this? He said Trump should be
hey, you know how you punish Josh?
How's that?
You take the blue wrench away from Josh and Babe and give it to Babe of
but
Josh.
Babe's not in there to
You can do it next time.
All right.
Kent, I agree with you. Josh, I love you. But Babe, I think I love you more.
All right.
God, I hope so.
All right, cool. Hey, leave the politicals out of it. No. Let's see here. Kent,
look at that. Josh just put damn, and it's all in white.
All right. So you got anything else in there?
I am done, man. I am done.
Hold on, okay. Oh my goodness. All right. So last question. Who would you like to see on the hot seat?
Probably Smokin Jazz Barbecue.
Rico.
Man, that freaking guy, bro. That guy knows how to get down. He knows how to cook. He's got a Pit Boss pellet smoker. But that guy is, man, I love his videos, and he goes through the cooking process. His wife sometimes comes out in the back of his videos, and Smokin Jazz. I want to know more about him. I mean, because I want to know where he learned how to cook. Where his passion comes from. I think that he's an awesome guy. I'd love to see him on the hot seat. Smokin Jazz BBQ.
All right, I'll reach out to him. I figured I'd hear from him by now, but that's cool. Let's see here. Real quick, you guys are so awesome. Y'all rock. Just want to say, all right, for cooking with Rexy. Thank you, Rexy.
Nice, Rexy. Thank you.
West Coast Cajun Cuisine. I forgot your name, brother. I know we asked for it before, but throw it in there. I appreciate the comment. Guys, that's it. To my moderators, thank you for keeping the chat running. To Kent, thank you for doing all you do. You guys see us going back and forth. It's all love every time. Blevin, that's right. Okay, Blevin. Got you, brother. So we have a great time on this show every week. I couldn't do it without Kent. I don't even want to try to do it without Kent. It's just, it is what it is. So, in fact, we were talking about it before, kind of doing our little mid-year review. As long as he's in, I'm in, and vice versa. So that's how we're going to roll for the rest of the year. All right, guys. Joe, you did a tremendous job. I'm glad you hung in there with those shots. Way to stomach them. You kept it going straight. No real slips, which is awesome. Usually if they get drinking a little bit too much, we kind of start whining things out, so no one feels bad the next day.
Right.
But, guys, I'm going to go ahead and throw the link in the chat to the hangout that we're on right now. If you want to jump on. We'll be hanging out for a while afterwards. But do not jump on until we jump off, all right?
Hey, CJ, before you jump off,
go ahead.
I think about this a lot, and I want to thank you, CJ, and Kent, of course, but I think that, CJ, you do what you're doing right here with this hot seat is an unselfish act. I don't know how much to thank you and what you do for the barbecue community and the YouTube channel community. You do an amazing job for us. I love your channel content. I love you as a person. I've never even met you, but I think that the day that I meet you, and I will meet you, CJ, one of these days, that it's going to be like we've known each other for our entire lives. And I want to tell you that I appreciate everything that you do for the barbecue community, for the YouTube community. Excuse me, for anybody that's got a YouTube channel. It's an unselfish act for you to do this every single Thursday and feature certain channels, whether it's barbecue, air fryer, doesn't matter what smoker it is or what type of channel it is. CJ, it takes a very special person to do this, and you mean a lot to me personally, and I think that you're good for our community, and I just want to thank you for everything that you do. Kent, I know that you're on CJ's payroll, and that payroll probably has a bunch of zeros. Before
the decimal point, there's a bunch of zeros.
You're very high on the return on investment, and you don't get paid crap. I know that you don't, but Kent, what you do, like CJ mentioned, you're his sidekick. I think I mentioned this a while back. You're the Mexican guy that's on
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
I am not Guillermo.
Hey, you're right. You're not Guillermo, CJ, or I'm sorry, Kent, because Guillermo at least gets paid. You don't get paid shit for doing this.
And I'm not short and Hispanic. I'm a tall damn Dutchman.
Yeah, you're like totally opposite side of the rainbow spectrum.
I'm the anti-Guillermo.
Yeah, you're the anti-Guillermo. But guys, you mean so much to us, and that you guys have no idea, CJ, what you're doing, and Kent, what you're doing, and it's something that probably people don't thank you enough of or for doing. But I want to be the first. If nobody's ever gone on a rant about CJ, what you do for our community, and Kent, what you do, I want to be the first one to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for doing what you do. You guys do a freaking fantastic job. It's Johnny Carson status, but on YouTube, what you guys do, and I really appreciate, not just for me, forget about me. It's about all the other channels that you've interviewed when you first started doing this, and I just want to thank you for everything that you guys do. You're not getting paid to do this, CJ or Kent. It's just a love and a passion that you have for what we all do. And I want to thank you guys so much for doing what you guys do.
Wow, man, that means a lot for sure.
Cheers.
Right in there, man. Cheers. Kent, give it up. Again, I would not be what we do without Kent. So cheers.
I appreciate it. It's fun. I enjoy it. We talked pre-show. So, and Chef, I'm not a Hollander. I'm a Dutchman. My wife's a Hollander. She's a penny pincher, not me.
All right, guys. So that it kind of you left me a little speechless there, buddy. Whatever. I really appreciate it, man. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I think we do this for a reason. It's a great time, and we keep our community tight. And Kent is the eye candy, 100%. Yeah.
No, above that. Look above that, Keith.
Oh yeah, thanks to Hobo for admitting it. Yep. Hobo. I've shouted him out many a times for this. I appreciate him letting me take the baton on this one. And someday, who never knows, we'll let somebody else take it, but not right now. Let's see here. Anyway, so guys, next week's guest is Enzo from Son of a Pizza Man. I think April 18th. All right. So I had to make sure my calendar was up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see here. That's it, guys. So I'm going to put the Hangout link in the chat. Go ahead and jump on when we jump off. It was a great time, Joe. Again, appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Tell your reps at Victory Lane. Thanks for sponsoring it. I'll make sure we get the code in the link and all that stuff in the description. And again, thank you for my shirt. I can't wait to do some barbecuing in it. And make sure. I think you need to get Kent one. You wear the same size. Yeah.
You make that shirt look good, Kent. With your raise your right arm. Look at all those freaking tattoos and shit that you got. Look at that, man. You're a freaking savage, bro. You're a freaking animal
too. So that was all right, guys. We'll Joe, stay on. All right, don't hang up. Everybody else, thank you for being here. Mona, I see you. Thank you so much. You always have the best comments, the sweetest, heartfelt comments too. So thanks again, guys. I'm putting the chat in the link in the chat. Don't jump on until we jump off. We'll see you next Thursday. Take care.